Wambui, of course, mnamjua kama Phoina, Phoina ametosha kabisa. So, there's so many things about you, that people like. But the thing is, I think your story, how you came from, a makeup artist, doing makeup for your friends, now to this person, this business, mogul. First of all, before even it was a story zingine, like what is it that you can say has really carried you through? Like why do you think you've been able to achieve all these things that you've achieved so far?
I would say passion. I think I've always been passionate about beauty from a young age. So I feel like that's what's carried me through, and to also mentor other people as well. Yeah.
I love that. And the funny thing is, I was reading about you, and ulikuwa unasema like the way you used to watch your mom, because people think that this thing just started from the other day. But talk to us about, just growing up with your mom in Thika and your grandma and everything.
Yeah, I think I grew up with two of my favorite ladies, my grandma and my mom. And my mom, I'd say she was the slay queen. Or izo she loved.
But even right now, even your mom is still hot, man.
Sahi kuna vile amekubali kuzeka sasa. Ushago kuna vile amekubali. But yeah, she was actually the slay queen of them days, because every time she came to visit me in school, she was always done. Like her lippy, her eyebrows, everything was on flick. And I believe that's where I saw, like I learned from.
Yeah. But it's funny that you actually started the makeup, venture from, doing makeup for your friends. So from using your mom's makeup at home and everything, how then did it become that now you're starting to do it for friends and then now build this whole thing? Yeah,
of course it didn't start immediately. From high school, I got a job. I got to college. I actually did mass comm, and then I realized I cannot with TV. I don't know how you guys do it.
But you're doing it right now. Look at yourself.
Honestly, I don't know how, but I think you guys have something. For me, I really had challenges here and there. The cameras and stuff, I couldn't do it, so I just got a job.
Wait first, do you want to try? I think I want you to try.
No. Come on. I don't like the anxiety it gives.
Really?
Like, it just...
So there's a script over. You don't want to try the first sentence?
Kenya is set for... No. You will think I don't even know how to read. I don't want this challenge. A historic maize harvest of 70 million. I can't. I tried radio, by the way. It was so challenging. Then I tried to collect news.
So you actually have been you studied mass communication, then you went actually to doing radio.
Yes.
So you were one of those people ulikuwa field una collect.
For field internship, I did Kibera, Ayani Estate. There was like a radio station called Pamoja FM. So that's where I did my internship for 3 months. Then I gave up.
You gave up?
I gave up. I was like, this life, number one, is too hard. Kibera, getting the news from I don't know where. It was so challenging. So I think I gave up on that one.
But first of all, let me ask, because that story really interests me. Nini first of all ilifanya uanze mass? Because for a lot of people, it's a calling. Like, mtu anafanya kitu kwa TV and you're like, oh, I actually want to be like Betty.
I know, actually.
How did you come to?
I used to admire Julie Gishuru, Catherine Kasavuli of the days,
I know.
So I want to be like Catherine. But then, nika-realize hiyo kitu sio.
Ukona kukua Catherine
ikichosema when I grow up, I want to be this. Ngoja tu grow up, utajua.
But ni poa, because many people think that ile kitu ulianza nayo ndo utamalizia nayo. So I'm sure that people who wametry tu kama wewe kuingia studio, it's not the easiest thing, right? But then you decided to do something that you love. How did that, turn out for you? Like, you decided, okay, I studied for this, but manze talent yangu, everything else is on this side.
Yeah, so when I started, when I left Pamoja, I got a job. And then I was working in a control room of some trucking company. It was such a boring job, by the way. And when I was in that trucking company, I was also still doing makeup on the side. Every day I was going to the office, slayed up. Then I started doing makeup on the side.
And then you casually say, slayed up.
I was always on flick. We had a problem with my supervisor because I was always late, trying to finish up my makeup in the morning. So it was a boring job, let me just say. Then
I feel bad for the guys, for the boss of that company.
Trucking company. So one day I actually started Instagram, Facebook. It was days for Facebook, by the way. So I was always posting my work. Mimi ni wa kitambo.
Okay, si ni wa kitambo. Kama umeanza na
Facebook. Facebook. Before Instagram was a thing, I was posting, trying to just, create a name for myself. Then when I was still working for the tracking company, I got a job. I got a wedding. So the wedding was I think about 8 bridesmaids and a bride.
Yeah.
And then I made so much money than what I usually make at this job for a whole month. And that is how I left.
How much was it, if you don't know? Like
I was making 17,000 at this job. Kikatwa tax, na pale you find it's 15,000. But then this other job I got, I made about the same amount. I think even more, maybe 25K. Because I charged 2,000 each bridesmaids. They were 8. That's already 16K. The bride, I think I charged 5K.
The hustler I knew and I sabu.
So I think I got about 20-something K. I was like, hey, I told my mom, imagine I'm giving up on this job. Yes.
What was your mom's reaction?
Hey, she was like, what do you mean? She wasn't actually for it. Hata hakuwa anaelewa what is makeup. How are you gonna make money off makeup? So she wasn't for the idea, obviously. But I went ahead and
ulifanya tu. And tukifikia hapo, like, what does it say about, like, because the parents who never give the opportunity to their kids to actually pursue what they want. If, say, your mom refused kabisa for you to do the thing that you're passionate about, do you think you'd be here today?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's the one thing I always encourage parents. Let your kids just follow their dreams. If you notice that your daughter or your son likes a certain, if they're into sports or into something, support them, because you never know how far it could get them.
It could get them so far until to the point she's opened a business institute. So when can you say, okay, so you've quit your job? Umeanza first quit radio and only quit.
Nearly quit very fast.
So you've quit radio, you've quit this tracking company that was so boring. You started now doing the hustle, right? So at what point did you get your biggest break? Like, you really made the money and you decided, let me first now start my first venture.
So of course it wasn't easy, because I actually also got so many challenges along the way. I went for an interview for like a big cosmetic brand, and I was turned down. I was actually very sure that I was gonna get that job. I was turned down, so hapo ndo tulianza tena I thought the wedding had like told me, you can do it, actually you will make it.
Alafu those bridesmaids wanakuchocha.
By the way, you're good, you will make it. Leave, wachana na hizi vitu zingine. So anyways, I left the job, got into that, and then I started struggling getting, like that kind of money. But slowly I just continued to work on the brand. I started working with photographers in different studios, and pole people just started knowing about Phoina.
As I was still reading about you, obviously, like there's so many, when you look at the comments, unapata there's so many people who are just convinced that uliangukia, luck, kuna mse pahali alikusponsor, ukaingia, ukaweza kufanya your first, makeup studio, and they're like, pana kwanza ni mrembo, first of all, uni body, there's no hard work puts in. Like, do you get that notion a lot of times?
A lot.
And what can you say about people who think about that when they look at women who are successful? Na wanasema lazima kuna budesko hapa hivi nyuma yake, kuna sponyo.
People like that, I tell them to change their mindset, honestly, because your mindset si poa, because when you always have that mindset of, huyu alisaidiwa, huyu alifanywa, hata mimi, I need a sponsor, ama kabudesco somewhere. When you have that mindset, you will not go far, because there's so much you can do with yourself and the skill that you can acquire, instead of always thinking somebody else has got to do something for you.
And I think when you maybe have that mindset, una chill tu unangoje budesko atakam wapi, ama tutakutana naye wapi unangoja.
Alafu, I always believe if you let people tell you who you are, like that is what you will believe. Ukiamua we tu ni ule dem umechill unangojea Budesco akama kusponsor, that's the person you will be all your life. And it will always be the struggle will always be there.
Somebody looking at you, like, you know, like young girls, and even not even young girls, at a CC too, you know, they look at you, they're like, okay, you keep opening. The other day you moved to Chaka Place, a bigger, nice salon. Now you have this beauty training institute. Congratulations, that we'll get to that. Like, people who look at you said, first of all, is passion. But I also know you to be a very disciplined person. What can you say are the things that ujaacha, as much as umekuwa celeb, now you're a superstar right now, like the things that still ground you as Lucy?
I would say I've been consistent in everything I have done. Najua hizo words zinakuanga common. I'm sure umeinterview at consistency. Passion.
What does consistency look for?
For me, consistency has been always showing up. You know, I show up.
Pia hiyo nimesikia so many.
But there's nothing new under the sun. I don't think I will say anything new, but I am sure there's someone younger somewhere who hasn't heard these words. Tazisikia na mimi.
Ama your version of them.
Exactly. So for me, it's always been that. And
What does it mean showing up, like showing up?
Because I have seen people who start something, even my own students. They come pale kwa classroom na mbwe, like, hey, finally, I'm on there. I've been, you know, I'm taking this class with Phoina. Then they start so well. After a week, unaona mtu ata anaanza kumiss classes. Kidogo ashaboeka na hiyo. You know, these young ones especially.
Yes.
Yeah, but for the ones that know what they are doing, for the ones that have, you know, understand what they're there for.
Wanakuja. What can you say so far has been your biggest challenge with the businesses that you've done? You know, because entrepreneurs, I'm one, I've been one, there's so much that happens in that journey. What can you say has been, you know, your biggest setback, and how did you overcome that?
My biggest setback has obviously been, initially when I started, I had no systems whatsoever, like no systems. Nilikuwa tu naamka, naenda job, I was always behind the chair, in front of the chair, doing makeup. I was always busy. The makeup chair or the hair styling chair. I'm always working on people styling their hair and not creating the proper systems to see that my business is running, you know? And another challenge also was my workers. You bring a worker, you stay with them for a few months, maybe 6, 8, 10 months, and then they take up all your clients.
And
you know, it's a service. You've been there.
Kilimani.
Kilimani ni kubaya. Tunapitia kona zote, biashara, mapenzi zote.
Kwanza mapenzi zinasumbua na biashara.
So
that thing of your people being taken.
So they either are taken, they either just leave with like 80% of your clientele, and it's a lot. A business is not, especially service.
So with that, because I know it's a really big thing that entrepreneurs are go through, especially in beauty. Where systems zako ni gani? Ama ni secret?
Secret.
Like, how are you able to contain your staff? Like, you'll go to your Phoina, you'll see Paula, you'll see the people who you know.
Girls.
How do you do that?
I think I'm able to contain them, because when you continue growing your brand, people start trusting you, your clients, even your workers, they just want to be part of you, because you know you've gotten to that level where you're good, they trust you. Hata ukikuja kumuiba ataki kutoka hapo.
Hata umpatie ngapi.
Hata umpe ngapi ako like, I need to be loyal to this boss of mine, because at the end of the day tumeanza tuko hivi. Unless they leave to go open their own, I always support them.
Definitely.
But even hata ukibiwa, a lot of them end up coming back. I take some, I don't take all of them. Kuna wale nasema we.
I like that response. Just keep coming back. I love that. Now you know, Phoina, the thing is, people know you as an entrepreneur, but people also know you as a wild card. And kama juu sasa umetoka South Africa. Yani, I'm like, economy how affect who you did.
Oh gosh.
Like, how do you, first of all, of course life has to believe, but how do you balance between just being that person and also, you know, being able to live your life? People are very interested about who you're dating, who you're with. There's a video we posted the other day. We are coming to that. So how do you do it? How do you still balance?
I believe it's grace, as everyone says. But for me, I purely believe it's grace. Because sometimes even my mom calls me and tells me, hey, did you ever see yourself achieving all this, going all these places. And obviously, we've traveled with my mom. I've, shown her around. I just think it's grace. I would not say I'm not the richest.
Yes.
But God has been able to just provide, ensure that things are just going smoothly. Yeah.
Hiyo smooth ndo sasa tunataka kujua. Hiyo smooth ni
hiyo smooth ni kujua. Ukishajua shida utaki kurudi kwa hiyo shida. Ukishajua shida, you will be very disciplined. You will have learned your lessons. You will not even play around with your life anymore.
Yeah.
Yani you will be proper.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know what it means to get back to
to not having
and life lessons obviously.
Yeah, so kuna time mamo ukuwa na kitu
obviously hata saa ingine sina kitu but
hata saa inakosa but
hata saa kuna vile unaweza angalia account useme ati boss lady wapi lakini yeah I know like I need to be disciplined. There are certain things I need to do in order for me to either get to the next level or kuna vitu tu pia utajinyima certain times. Yeah. Do
you normally wake up, ama has this happened to you where your mom wakes you up, ama anakupigia simu anakuambia ulikuwa unafanya nini jana? You know.
Kwanza there's one live I went.
I remember that live.
My mom was like, "Hey, what is happening with you?" I said, "Mom, this is entertainment. Leave me alone."
Now she did that.
Yeah.
All right. The other day you posted this video of an ultrasound. Aki usituambie ilikuwa haikuwa, because honestly I even said congratulations. I was there giving my love hugs, big hugs, all this. So are you pregnant?
No. Betty, I'm not pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm expectant.
Do
you get the difference?
You guy.
I'm expectant, but I'm not pregnant. If you know, you know.
I can't believe you did this.
If you understand.
I can't believe you did this to us.
Listen, expectant can be anything.
Sasa wewe ni mtoto nani mulipiga picha? Hiyo ultrasound.
Huyo ukizoom in ultrasound, utaona ka building ni ka building. Nikashule kako hapo ndani, sio mtoto. So tulifanya ultrasound na tukaona ile kitu tuna expect ni shule, si mtoto.
Kwa hivyo nasema usifanye nini kwa hiyo nini Zoom. Honestly, you had the whole internet on chokehold because guys are like, "Oh, she's pregnant."
I understand. But listen,
first of all, who came up with that idea?
My PR team.
Dude, like you just said, and then so who's that guy?
That guy,
Ama ni yeye. You've come with a big team over here. Undo baba.
Ule ndo for hire, baba mtoto.
Honestly, so that was just one of the ways to get...
Just, listen, you know what I have seen with this industry? I'm not saying everything you do, you should clout everything. But sometimes you need to pull a skit to grab the attention of people. And I have seen some of my good friends, kina Bahati. But Diana B was counting dollars, telling us, "Oh, yeye ni tajiri sasa," and I knew something was coming. I'm like, "Isi buri kidogo." Means oh baby, she started singing,
So for the industry, you have to keep people talking, and
I just feel if you want people to have them in your mouth for a certain reason, because I don't always want people talking about me for just nothing, no reason. But I feel like for that reason, I needed their attention, kidogo.
Na ulipata.
Yeah, because that was big for me. Yeah.
It was big, it was. I was like, oh my goodness, like she's pregnant, and some people I ain't, but bado amua kuvuka mpaka, and and then how are you feeling seeing all those congratulation messages?
I was just taking the congratulations and as you're congratulating me for the school, because that is what I knew I was expectant of. Yeah.
Man, that one, honestly, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, now as you wind up, let's now talk about this school.
Yeah.
I know like you are yet to launch it, right?
Yeah.
First of all, why did you decide to go bigger with the school, and what services are you offering for somebody who's watching and like, actually, that's how come you did.
Yeah, so obviously, initially we were doing our school inside the salon space, and it was getting a bit too crowded for my clients as well. So we decided, this has always been my dream, by the way. The school has always been my dream, because even when you look at my bio, it says trainer, mentor, all those things. I love to train, I love to mentor these girls. And for the school, we decided to go big because we saw the niche. I'm looking at beauty schools out here and I'm feeling like there's something missing.
Okay.
And I believe like right now, Phoina Beauty Training Institute is gonna be the best, biggest thing in town.
All right.
Yeah, we're yet to launch.
Okay.
Right now it's just a sneak peek of here and there, but
You're here to launch. All right, let's stand up as we wind up the
Yeah.
show. That was nice.
Thank you.
That was short and sweet. All right, come over here.
Okay.
All right, so the beauty school is gonna open. When are you gonna launch it?
In January.
Okay.
But right now we are taking in students.
Okay.
But we'll do a big launch in January.
I'm sure you're gonna do a big launch.
Na invite hata kaso wote
What?
wewe
Lazima.
nimekuinvite.
Acha tumeinvite sisi wote.
You what?
Oh my goodness. So as you wind up, look at the camera, say something to the people who love Phoina.
So guys, thank you so much for supporting Phoina Beauty. Everything I'm doing is, you know, it's you. This win is for you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. But look at South Africa because the win is all of us. Please go with us.
Niwapeleke.
Twende sisi
Outside you
wote.
alone.
All right.
Sure.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. It has been a fantastic 1 hour. We'll see you again tomorrow for Say What. Till then, good night and have fun, but be very safe. Amaji.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday. I can see it's Friday. All right, good night. Mwah.